Doing good, doing good. It's we're in between the two practices, so I have a chance to jump on. Um, yeah, it's been interesting so far.
Have the practices gotten better over the last couple of days?
Um, so the line play has been pretty solid. Um, Still real inconsistent out of the quarterback play. Again, they're only getting to practice a couple of days, so I mean, some of it's to be expected. But I was expecting a little bit more out of those units. But we'll see when it becomes game time.
Yeah, I guess I gotta imagine these are like glorified walkthroughs.
The first 2 days were decent practices. Like they were getting a little bit of hitting in. But a lot of it is that, right? Like they're learning new terminology because it's NFL coaches, so they're using NFL terminology. Um, so I mean, there's a steep learning curve for these guys. Not only with they're not playing with their teams, right? They're playing with all-star game essentially, right? So it's a bunch of guys they haven't seen. It's coaches they don't know. It's terminology they don't know, and they have three practices essentially to make that all happen. So it's not like it's a huge shock that it's not perfect out here.
Has the East or West looked better?
Um, hmm, no, like it looks like it should be a good game.
Gotcha. A good game because they're just both sides have only had three practices to figure it all out.
Exactly, exactly. And the practice today was, it wasn't even as involved as some of the other practices. They're working on some goal line offenses and some of the special teams play, stuff like that. So some of that is limits the amount of normal practice you can do. So there was some one-on-one action, but the last 2 days they had some decent 11-11 7-on-7 drills, and this time around not so much.
Got ya. Were they practicing the tush push?
I did not see one. Did not see one. That
Not
being
one
said,
tush push.
none of the. I don't think any of the quarterbacks are quite built in the way to do that. I mean, Milrow might be. Their practice hasn't started yet, so you never know.
Who is probably the biggest name there? Somebody who's going to be one of the top 10 draft picks that could be playing in this game.
I don't know if there's a top 10 here. Usually anybody that's within like the top 10, 15 opts out of the Senior Bowl just because they don't want to risk getting hurt. Um, but there are some guys that will be interesting to watch. Certainly in the later days of the draft that I think potentially could move around a little bit. Um, one of them is there's a quarterback down here out of Canada that I think might end up being drafted instead of being a undrafted free agent. Um, he was a late entry. He didn't make it onto the roster until like a week prior, and but he's probably a guy to kind of watch. Again, it'd be a late round guy, probably fifth, sixth round, somewhere in there, maybe, but maybe seventh round. But I think there's some potential there. I think it's just he might go later because there's not a lot of tape on him.
Right, and ultimately he's from Canada, where that's not anywhere near the same level of football. So
Correct. Yeah,
and he's not
but he
playing
set a lot of
Canadian
records up
football.
there.
He's not
Well,
playing
that's the
Canadian
thing.
football.
That's
Okay.
the thing is up there. It is Canadian rules, and so not only does he have the challenge of everything that the guys here are learning, but then he also has to learn a little bit different changes to the game itself.
Yeah, like when you
Not that
got a 3rd and 1, you can't sneak it because the defense is a yard away from you. You have you got it right up on you. So
Yep,
that's one of the biggest
exactly.
differences that I can think of.
And the other thing too is third and one in America doesn't mean you're turning over and downs if you don't get it. Like you get another shot after that because Canada only uses 3 downs.
Right.
Yeah, and there's no missing field goal stuff like that. Missing field goals don't get your points. Like there's definitely differences. That's right.
So, but anyways, all right, that's good. I mean, but nothing exciting has happened. It's been all. What about Mobile, Alabama? How's Mobile treating you?
It's cool. Like there's not a lot to do. It's a small town. There's not a lot going on. Tomorrow should be pretty neat though. They have a parade that's going to go through town for the thing. But I guess this parade is because Mardi Gras started here. I didn't realize that. So I guess this parade has a lot of that feel to it. So that should be interesting. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of kick around Mobile a little bit tomorrow because there's no practices and get to see a little bit more of the city.
Gotcha. Maybe get some of the local cuisine in.
That's the goal for tonight, actually, because I don't have any press conferences or anything to go to. As soon as we're done with practice here today, that's it for today. So gonna go find some food and explore a little bit.
Have you gotten close to any of the scouts for any of the teams?
Yeah, so I've talked to a few. The thing that was kind of funny, I didn't get it on camera, unfortunately, but KJ Wright's down here with the Niners. And so I was given a little bit of a hard time for going to the Niners since he was a longtime Seahawk. One of the things that was kind of interesting is he said he did try to stay in Seattle, and basically anybody that was associated with Heat was out the door. So I told him, good luck, unless we're playing you.
That's cool. That's it. But nobody other exciting like everybody. I got to imagine everybody's there keeps to themselves. And, there's friends.
No, I mean, yeah, like they obviously getting into those circles will take more than one visit. Getting to chat with John Lynch was cool. Tomlin was here. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. Schneider was here. So, I mean, like everybody was here. Today is real quiet because everybody's pretty much, all the GMs, most of the other coaches, scouts, stuff like that. A lot of those guys are out of here already. They're either going to kind of other, there's some other like camps that they visit. Some of them are off to the Pro Bowl. Some of them are getting ready for the Super Bowl. So, I mean, it's today is actually pretty quiet around the stadium. So, like, if we pan around, like, it's real empty.
Got ya. All right.
But it did make it easier to talk to Kafka today, so that was a bonus.
Got ya. And how does he feel his team will do in this All-Star game?
He's optimistic. But I feel like you have to be, right? I mean, everybody's gotten the same amount of practice time, so whatever shortcomings you see on your team, other teams are going to have similar situations. So, I mean, I imagine it's going to be pretty evenly matched in that way. I did ask him if he had anybody that he thought was that kind of was ahead of schedule or thought might move up the draft board a little bit, something like that. And he said that there was actually quite a few guys that he didn't want to name them, but he's like, there's quite a few guys that probably earned some more money here. And then I asked him, with the opportunity of the Saints or going back to the Giants, was he keeping different players in mind based on needs of the two teams? And he just kind of alluded to the fact that he's just evaluating talent overall instead of, trying to think of where they might get placed, just looking at, just talent.
Right, because ultimately you don't know if you're going to get somebody. You can think that, you can start to plan on it, and then somebody drafts him ahead of you, and then he's gone. So, I mean, Anybody that shows a lot of extra speed out there? Because I feel like
Yeah.
the one
So
thing that's the one you would notice. Speed is the one thing that actually stands out.
yeah. So one thing to keep an eye on is it's a defensive lineman out of Minnesota. He his top speed was 19.61 out of a D lineman. That dude cruising. Like I would hate an open field tackle.
Well, that's why when he gets
Like-
drafted, he'll be an edge rusher.
No question, no question. But yeah, so and then his acceleration was like 0 to top speed was like I forget what it was. I have to look at it. I don't have those numbers in front of me, but it was impressive. It was impressive. So that's a guy that if he was lower on the list, his his name was Jay Joyner, and yeah, anytime you can see speed like that out of a guy, coaches want to see it.
Jay Joyner. I wonder if that's Seth's kid. Seth Joyner's kid.
I don't know. I don't know.
Who do you play for? Minnesota?
University
Yeah.
of Minnesota.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll have to check that out because I might see him tonight. So.
Oh.
Yeah, there's
Very cool.
a charity event tonight, so I'm not sure he's going to be attending or not, but it's possible. But
I gotcha.
all right. Well, it's good. It's good to see you. You look like you're a little bit more tan. You know. Down
Yeah,
there.
there's sun here. It's weird.
Well, and it's been warm here too. So like it's been in the early 50s, late 40s here. So I got to imagine down there it's probably touching maybe 60.
Yeah, so it's actually been getting to about 70.
No, even better.
So
Oh,
yeah, no, it's been great. It's been great.
So you're going to be more tan than your wife when you go back home.
Probably, yeah. Absolutely, especially because it's been so cold.
Well, hey, listen, stay safe down there, and
Yep.
hopefully we will catch up with you at some point tomorrow.
Yep, absolutely. Take it easy, guys.
All right, guys, take care, Bo. There we go. And there we go. We got Bo in today. Like I said, he's going to have the parade tomorrow, so maybe he'll have some time to be able to talk to us. Who knows? But in the meantime, and that goes our hour of sports talk, where we've been talking all sports all the time. I like this. You know what I mean? Hey, it's like we're talking some baseball, we're talking some football, we're talking some college sports, collegiate sports. You know, we just bring it all here to you on Coast to Coast Network. And tomorrow will be no different. We'll be right back at it again tomorrow for our Friday edition of Coast to Coast. And, this weekend's going to be a soft weekend. We're going to be wondering what to do with ourselves because does anybody actually watch the Pro Bowl? We don't have to answer that now. We're going to talk about it tomorrow because I've been to a Pro Bowl. I've been to all of the events of a Pro Bowl. I will tell you that it's worthwhile to do if you have nothing to do, like 30 teams in the NFL so far this year. But we'll bring that up tomorrow, and we'll go over some of the trials and tribulations of what happens at the Pro Bowl. In the meantime, everybody have a fantastic evening. And as always, on my side, go Birds. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.
Have a good day.